Hello guys and welcome to Steve Knows. We have got some Oculus secrets revealed in this video, some interesting tech from Apple that could also highlight the features coming to their future headset. There are Quest games coming soon, there are free games, and so much more. I'm also going to reveal the winners of the in-depth 15 Minutes of Fame tournament, and I'm so proud of you guys. Thank you so much for competing. And I'm going to reveal the winners at the end, and one of you will win a haptic vest, and some others will win video games of your choice. So stick around for that one at the end. So enough chin wagging, let's get started. So for this first story, I would love to give a big massive shout out to Basti564 for this one, who also has a project on GitHub for you to sideload onto your Oculus Quest, and it'll give you access to tons of Oculus Quest services, and I'll link that down below. It's something you should really try out if you want to keep on the forefront of what's going on in the Oculus Quest. So in version 28, a new service was added called face and eye tracking, which is already interesting actually, but in version 29 as well, they've added some code to this service, which is a shell of an implementation at the moment. It's just some if logic, it's full of POJOs and some method stubs, but we do see things such as the function names, references to expected functionality in this code. So they've got the first one, which is enable the eye tracking mode. They've got the start eye calibration, process that data, leave calibration mode, and then use that calibration data for whatever other features require it. So this is looking pretty good, but it is empty at the moment, so there's no solid implementations found yet, though this could just be something that they're messing around with at Oculus. It's not actually going to be anything for a very long time. Sometimes code that people are just messing around with ends up in production, and it doesn't mean much. However, we do know Facebook have said on several occasions that they are looking at these features that we've just found, the eye and face tracking. We even saw examples of it at OC6. It was mind-blowing. So I think it's expected this is going to be a future feature on the Oculus Quest, likely the Quest Pro, because the Zuck said that's what he's been working on. They're the features that he would like to see in a Quest Pro, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Quest Pro announced at the end of this year based on Facebook's track record. And to add on to this as well, Basti also found something called Dog Food Hub and launch check required desk. So the first one, the Dog Food Hub, is a term that's used in business quite a lot, where you use things that you have made, eating your own dog food. This contains some text I'm going to paraphrase. It says, help us use Infinite Office and share your feedback on the experience using the browser, sending emails, whilst using your Bluetooth keyboards. So it seems like a nice internal push is happening to get some feedback on these services, which is very positive. It's great to see that they're at that phase. Hopefully we can see some more features coming soon as well. The required desk one is what allows applications to boot up and check, has a desk been marked? Much like when we boot up the Oculus Quest and it's like, have you set up a Guardian? Please set one up. So there may be some applications that are going to require you to have a desk, prompt you to set one up before actually booting up the application. It could be things such as productivity apps that require you to have a keyboard laid down, or it could be tabletop simulations. It would be great to have that kind of tactile table in front of you, so when you're moving pieces around or playing cards, you know, you've actually got a real board in front of you. It could help with the immersion. That could be a nice touch. But it might not mean that. I don't know what it means until we actually see an implementation of it. And something else that's been found in addition to this, another feature which I am guilty of. I need this feature, so it's going to make the pause and the menu buttons on the controllers inactive during fast periods. So if you're playing Beat Saber and you're moving your remote, swinging your remotes like crazy at high speeds, and you can accidentally hit the pause button or the menu button. I do this all the time playing Fit XR actually. So during those fast movements, those buttons are going to be inactive so that doesn't occur. A small little feature, but it's going to help. So many occasions it's happened to me. Comment, has that happened to you? I'm pretty sure it must have. So I bring great news for this one. A free game is available on App Lab for you called Touring Cards. This has just dropped, and it does have a paid option as well for $15, but the free one, it comes with tons of content for free. Touring Cards is a racing game that has an easy comparison would be, it's like Mario Kart. You collect items that can be used as weapons, things that are going to give you the advantage in a race. And for free, you're going to get the story mode of this game and the online multiplayer feature. And if you go for the paid option, you'll get additional unlocks and customization options so you can make your car your own. So I see this extra payment as like a DLC package. And the reason for it being free, the developers have said, is that they want an online community to play together together, so the game doesn't suffer from the multiplayer curse. The game is also cross-platform as well. What great news that is. So if you've got an Oculus Quest, this is free, and if you needed something to do this weekend, that's there waiting for you. So a quick note on the keyboard support now. So some of you may already be aware of the keyboard support on the Oculus Quest. If you have a Logitech K830 keyboard, it can be mapped and then tracked. So it brings your keyboard into your virtual environment so you can type and use the trackpad, which is great for productivity apps. But some frustration is going around the community that only the K830 Logitech keyboard is supported, and it's never in stock for some of you. So Bosworth did comment on this during an AMA after someone asked a question, and he said, "We really want to support all keyboards. That's the goal. And we want to use machine learning to do that with computer vision. It's proven a lot harder than we expected to, particularly because of occlusion, the keyboard with your fingers. You occlude the keyboard with your fingers. So right now it's limited. Obviously we want to expand upon this. I don't have a timeline." And he's referring there to the method where you don't need to store data on the individual keyboards like they're doing with the K830, because if you even have an image of the K830, it will pick up that photograph and start tracking and mapping the keyboard. It's quite funny. But they want a method where it doesn't matter what keyboard you're using. Use machine learning to determine, is this a keyboard? If it is, can you track and map it? But that does actually sound super tough. There are so many small variations, and I don't expect that to happen anytime soon, actually. So hopefully they're going to add some more temporary specific support of other brands. I think that's the short-term solution they need to apply here. So this one may be one of the biggest stories of this week. It's something that's actually tangible and real, a proper triumph. The Red Dead Redemption 2 title has been modded, and you can play the game in virtual reality, head-tracked with a stereoscopic view. This mod is coming from Luke Ross, the legend that also gave us the modded GTA 5, which if you've not played yet, I definitely recommend. It's a great one. So this mod, it doesn't support motion controllers, so you will need to use a keyboard or a joypad for the controls, but the head tracking, it acts like the right analog stick. You'll use that to aim and to look around. For this mode though, unlike GTA, which was free, there is a donation required on Luke Ross's Patreon, which, fair enough, I think. The effort in achieving this is huge, it's great. So just paying $10 in order to get this modification and enjoy this game, which is going to be completely reimagined if you're a massive fan of this, I think not bad at all. The footage you're seeing though is from my friend Beardo Benjo, so I will leave a link down in the description for you to check out that full video. Thanks, my friend. And since we actually just spoken about the AMA from Bosworth, I've got another little story about it. Bosworth mentioned something about the Control Lab devices. You may have seen the advert from Facebook where they put this advert out, and it was users with this kind of wrist strap, this wrist device, and it was predicting their intentions, what they wanted to do in their AR headset, and then it carried out that action. This technology just seems like it's from the future. It looks absolutely crazy. But in the AMA, he kind of delivered some sad news. This technology is years away from hitting consumers in some form. I think the vision is probably closer to decade scale than a year scale, but the initial impact, the early work, is closer than people think, making the release of these devices for us, for consumers, because they're probably talking about enterprise when they're saying closer than we think, would mean around 2030 we'd have the PlayStation 6, the Xbox X Plus 2, Quest 7. So it's a while away, which is kind of sad because what some of you watching this, when this tech comes out for you to enjoy, you could be full-blown adults, you could be grandparents, you could be parents. It's kind of sad, but at least it's going to happen hopefully in our lifetime and we can enjoy this crazy tech from the future. And now kind of related to that technology is Apple have released something similar. This is kind of nuts. So it's hard to show you without Apple coming after me because I'll be playing one of their videos, but I'm going to try my best here. It's not a secret now that Apple wants to create a mixed reality headset for its consumers. And one of the things that they need to think about is how are their users going to interact with this device? They need a way that's not going to be intrusive, make people look silly in public, something that's easy to learn and easy to use for the larger demographic. They also did have patents not too long ago talking about micro gestures, exactly like I'm about to show you. So the latest watch update from Apple could hint at what's to come, highlight a rudimentary example of what the future is going to be like in micro gestures for their VR headset. So the watch takes input from the user making gestures. They make a fist for a menu, they pinch their fingers to select a different item, and then they make a fist again to confirm. And then they also move their wrist around with the watch on to move a cursor upon the screen. It's actually really brilliant. Small little wrist gestures, and they'll be able to freely select and slide and wipe and swipe and such, all from these small little micro gestures. I would not be surprised for Apple's new headset to be integrated with their watch, with their phone, and add these kinds of features into it. Very interesting, and actually kind of gets me quite excited of what the future may hold for the Apple headset, because I know it's Apple, but the way that they create the user experience is always premium, and they charge a premium for that. Also guys, I want to point out that I've been getting comments, and it's become apparent that YouTube has actually been unsubscribing some of you guys from the channel. I saw this on Mystical's channel, I saw this myself, I had been unsubbed from some of my really close friends' channels, which just, I was super confused, but after some of the comments, it's becoming apparent that what's actually happening. So please, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe again, join the Know-It-Alls, join the crew. Right, let's go choose the winners of the in-depth 15 Minutes of Fame tournament. Who's gonna win a Haptic Vest? Who's gonna win some games? Let's go. So here we go, let's choose the winners. The first 3 winners are going to win a game of their choice, and the final one wins the X16 haptic suit. So let's do this. Draw. Jared Wirt, congratulations, you win a game of your choice, my friend. Who is next? John Stark 2, congratulations, a game of your choice as well, buddy. Sam Tech 007, yes, 007 as a Brit, I definitely approve of that name. And finally, the winner of the X16 haptic suit is Bruno I don't know if I could say that name out loud. Bruno Bulox. Let's say it that way. Bruno Bulox, congratulations, guys. Thank you so much for entering the competition, and I hope you enjoy your prizes. We will be reaching out to you very shortly. So that's it from me today, guys. Thanks for watching to the end of the video, getting caught up on the latest and greatest in the virtual reality space. Please subscribe to the channel and join me for next time. Also, guys, leave a comment down below, a question that you'd like me to answer, and I'll try and answer it in the next video. So happy gaming, guys. Good day.